Before I start this lesson, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakahak Wadash. Double honor to the apostle, elders, and bishops, a great millstone, rule well and teach well. Shalom to 144,000 men that's pushing and believing his word and all true sincerity and sacrifice our lives of us to do so. Shalom to the men, women, and the children that's tuning in and listening. And shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad on all four corners of the earth that look like the other heathen but are calling upon the name of the Heavenly Father in sincerity and truth. This video, I'm back with another lesson. This video right here would be entitled Civil War / Hatred is Growing. And I titled this like this because to land back off of the elder Manatazabah video in South Carolina. It was this, long story short, it was this, I forgot his name. But however, it was this devil that went, well, for one, he went against one of the GMS camps. To start off, he did that, and he's showing his true colors by saying, I just want you people to get out of my country. You know, he supports the what's that situation where that Jake got killed. I forgot the name of it. Is it Christopher Nolan or not? Christopher Nolan? Is it? It's something. But either way, recently it has been an uptick in white on black crime, as they call it. And that's because the hatred that he has for Jacob is growing and being I won't say manifested, but being shown through the spirit. And it's showing that it should be showing you that this so-called white man does not care about you. He really doesn't even care about his own. He only cares about himself. And Jake gonna wake up and realize this at the last moment. It's gonna be too late. You know, the Israelites have a very notorious way of finding things out, and a lot of Israelites gonna find out the hard way. You know, and that's another thing too. People always say, "Oh, there's no such thing as racism in this time," when it really is. It might have died down for a split second, or been hidden behind closed doors. But now it's being shown that these devils are really ready to get out and show their true colors. That Revelation 12:12 is the thing. You know, these Edomites know that they're losing power. They see that they're losing power. They understand that what's going on is beyond their control. So, you know, these are the things and the signs we're looking for. You know, because Esau Edom is going to come down with great wrath because he knows he have but a short time. Like I said, Revelation 12:12. But these devils are really going to pay for this. But however, one of the signs of so-called racism is in Deuteronomy 28. And I'm going to grab that as well because that's one of the signs that's just showing you that you are the chosen people. Because you're continuously getting pinpointed out of all these other nations for being called thieves, murderers, all of these atrocities. Now, Jake is, I will say, but however, Jake was only influenced by Edom. You know, gangster rap. He said something about gangster rap, but the whole time, these Amalekites are funding these small hats, which he got from us as well. They're funding gangster rap. They run the industry. They're paying Jake to push out these negative connotations and messages out there. You know, why you think the women are sitting up here rapping about giving themselves to more than one man and things of that nature. But anyway, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37. Because from verses 1 to 14, 1 through 13, it's the blessings. 14 on down is the curses. And these are some of the curses, right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become a astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee. And yeah, that's one of the one of the biggest signs that not only that you're Israelite, but that we be picked on, being ostracized. They quick to call us something harmful and harsh, but they don't like to deal with the simple fact that they're a part of the problem. Because why? You have to have good and evil. And in this situation, there is evil. There's an evil presence, which is Esau Edom. Esau never likes to take he only likes to take oh, wait. Yeah, he also said, yeah, we did it. Yeah, we took him out camping. Yeah, he stood 10 toes down and said that on live, on camera, being recorded and sent out to the social media platforms. And another thing is that the elder said in this video, he catching a little bit of hell, or a little tiny bit of hell and persecution because of what he said. And we're living in times where a lot of Edomites are waking up to the fact, like, damn, my history is so fucked up. There's some there's Edomites acknowledging that their history are bloody. Then he just said, oh, I just want you to go back to your country. Like, this country isn't yours. Like, this country was yours in the first place. This country was not Esau Edom's at all, ever to begin with. If you really understand the history that the so-called white man has, is bloody. And he's one of the bloodiest men on the planet. No, the bloodiest man on planet Earth. They go around killing, robbing, stealing, and that's how you know he's Cain in the reincarnation. Because why? Cain shares the same attributes as that red horse in Revelation 6. Cain made the first weapon. He was an artificer. He made one of the first weapons. Then he was the first murderer in history. And that's great. And that's a very notorious, what's the word I want to use? That's a heavy statement. Being the first murderer in history, out of all in the planet Earth, the first murderer. And Cain holds that title. Because why? He is what? Esau Edom. Cain is Esau Edom in the reincarnation. So from here, I'm gonna jump to Ezekiel 35. And Lord will feel edifying as well. Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 35. Or verse 5, I mean. Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. And yeah, this is saying Esau Edom did not care when it was his turn to, when he was in power, vexing the Israelites, right? Every time and every chance he got, he quite literally oppressed the Israelites and killed the Israelites. Christopher Columbus said he didn't put his sword down for an hour. That is insane work. That, you know how much hatred you gotta have? You gotta realize how inhumane that is. You've been slaughtering, killing, and murdering and committing the capital G word. You then there killed and slaughtered a lot of the natives in this land, the Native American Indians and the so-called Latinos, or the so-called Native Americans and so-called Latinos in this land. Yet you want to claim you're the natural inhabitant of this land when you quite literally try to kill all of them in the first place? And by way of what? Also, not just quite literal killing. What they also failed to tell you is that they brought over sicknesses here. Because these Edomites are nasty. Their forefathers brought over smallpox, and what's that? Smallpox, measles. I forgot the other one. I think it was smallpox and measles for sure. But yeah, they came over here with the intentions to cause harm. Yet they claim and say as if, oh well, we're trying to be, we're the best people on the planet Earth. We're doing the best. We're some good Christian followers. Yeah, those so-called Christian followers will turn around and slay you in the alley behind closed doors. And we see that with that whole situation where that Jake was basically, I think he was found in the water. I guess they went on a so-called camping trip, right? And we obviously, I put in quotation marks, camping trip. And he had 3 Edomite so-called friends with him, which they're not your fucking friend. That's red flag number 1. And not only that, even me growing up, right, I didn't like to be in big crowds or around too many Edomites because, you feel the unease and the tension. Regardless of how long you may know them, I was not the type to do that. But however, that's the spirit of the Lord working with you too, because you know who your enemy is. If you're uneasy around a particular group of people, that means they're not good for you. 9 times out of 10, most of the time I say. But it's going to show that these Edomites still have that hateful spirit. And that's just Esau and Jacob. Esau and Jacob been having beef for a very long time, and it's gonna stay that way until Yahweh Shai come back and flip the roles, where Esau is gonna be at the bottom and we're at the top. These devils are mad as hell because of the simple fact that their empire is falling and they can't do shit about it. So I'm gonna grab this Genesis real quick, 27, and then I'm gonna close out. This Genesis chapter 27. I started at verse 45, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, 45, way too far down. This Genesis chapter 27 and verse... I started at verse 44. Or 41, Salakia. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father, which he forfeited both blessing and the birthright. He forfeited the blessing and the birthright, because he was hungry, right? Dealing with the lentils, the pottage, the red pottage, and hence his name was called Esau. But, Esau's a bitter, he's a big crybaby, man. He's like the few elders said, he's a big crybaby. If he can't have it, nobody else can. That's the mindset these devils come in. But anyway, wherewith his father blessed him, and Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning. So the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. And they still have this mindset till today. They still have this mindset. I'm still trying to slay my brother Jacob. I'm going to slay my brother Jacob. And guess what? In these words, Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent Jacob and called her younger son. And said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau is touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Yeah, so these Edomites ain't got no problem shedding Israelite blood. They never give a damn. They never gave a damn about slaughtering the Israelite when they get the chance and opportunity. And that's what they've been doing for a very long time. But the Lord is about to reverse those roles. And this is showing you that these Edomites, this civil unrest, this civil hatred is still happening today. There's nothing. They might try to sugarcoat it, saying, "Oh well, it's just a peaceful time." And there's a time period where, now obviously, we all know that there shall forever be civil hatred amongst Esau and Jacob in his heathen kingdom. Because why? The simple fact of it is, these heathen was given the time to rule, and anytime they get the chance to rule, they have hatred. between the Israelites and themselves. But however, even though it'd be a period of time where, why we can't all coexist? No, we're not all going to coexist. These scriptures are living visual. These scriptures are living physical and visual proof of what it's like to be around each other heathen, right? And how they treat us, how they feel towards us. They don't give a damn about you. Yeah, and the woman may lay down with you. The heathen woman may like you or fantasize about you. But however, these heathens don't care about you. And they're obviously your enemies. And that's a big thing. That's why you got to know who your enemies is. That's why you got to know who's who and who ain't. But at the end of the day, just because they might try to paint it as everybody's okay, God love it. No, you don't. You can't cover that shit. You can't cover that up with this hatred. God doesn't love everybody. The heathens don't even love their own and everybody else. So why would you think they love the Israelites? But anyway, Lord willing, this video edify. I'm going to close out by giving all praise and glory and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakahak, Wadash. Lord willing, this video edify, and until next one, Shalom.